sued.
Like, the ways that you could get bit.
I mean, how about like
Bubba Gump and Forrest Gump?
No,
whatever.
yeah,
He's like,
right.
you're gonna have shrimp like this and this. Like, you could get bit right here.
Picking up a rock, looking under a rock, looking around a rock, walking
Your
on
finger
a rock.
when you touch the rock. Your foot when you stepped on the rock.
Well, howdy, trippers. Welcome back. You're listening to the Daytripper podcast. We call this little shindig Talking Texas. It's March 2026. Daniel Meese's joining me.
What up?
Over here. And we're back again. So thanks for tuning us in on your little radio or your little ear pods or your iPod or your
iPod,
your phonograph.
Wow.
Your Alexander Graham Bell Morse code machine. I don't know where you listen to
Are
this.
people tapping to get to this? They're just like tap, 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 tap.
I think we could translate it into Morse code somewhere, right?
I wonder if for some people, this is the only time they hear us, and it's almost like we're in this little box that isn't existent until they hear us again.
Do you think there's people who think we're just a podcast?
Like just
Not
a podcast.
not a TV show? Like,
Yeah.
they don't know about it at all?
And we live in this room. We never leave.
We don't actually have families.
Just once a month, we talk.
We're all a figment of the AI universe. We're just created.
My AI?
Yeah, of course you are, Daniel. The Matrix was a documentary, dude.
What, really?
No.
I need to wake up.
I did, though. This is random rabbit trail. Right before we sat down to film this, evidently China just released new AI. It's video renderings. And so this was Brad Pitt and Tom Cruise having a fight on a roof, and it looked like them.
What?
And then they were like, this is the fight that never happened between Jet Li and Jackie Chan.
Oh,
and it's
my
them
gosh.
fighting as if it's, and Daniel, it looks
Wait,
like
Bruce Lee?
No, Jet Li. Remember
Li.
Jet Li in 90s? Yeah. Like you had Jackie Chan and Jet Li.
And they never...
I guess they never fought in a movie. So it's like, this is the thing we were always asking for. What? But dude, I'm not kidding. Like, we're done. We're done. In terms of video creation, like there is nothing, like we're so close. It is indiscernible.
Just take your cowboy hat and hang it up.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Wow.
Well, I think for us, we'll still make money. It'll just not be us actually doing it.
Well, hold on now.
People will watch us.
Let's think about this.
I know. Like
maybe it's not so bad. I don't actually have
we'll
to
still
travel
have
to many
content
cities.
out there. No, but it's like it's scary good.
Yeah.
Like because it's always been a little bit like you can kind of tell.
Oh, when
people
it started,
who
it
make
was
video
not
content. People who make content, I think, have we've got a higher radar for AI. And you could always kind of tell. And this, maybe you could tell a little bit, but it's freaky close. It's freaky close.
Oh, the future's coming.
The future is here, Daniel. All right. So we've been busy since the last time we talked to y'all on the podcast. We filmed 2 different episodes, new episodes.
We did.
We also released 3 episodes, so hopefully y'all caught the February episode.
3 with 2 to come.
2 to come.
Technically.
No, I'm talking about in February we released 3 new ones. Last month.
And then there's an extra 2.
Well, we have 2 more, but we got 5 more in May.
TNC.
Oh, the TNC stuff. Oh, yeah. I forgot about that.
They're back to back.
They're back to back.
Technically, it's kind of 5.
We've got
bonus.
the Nature Conservancy Project. So yeah, that's actually started to come out on YouTube.
Yeah.
So very good. Make sure you tune in and watch that stuff. But I'm talking
more than we even know.
I'm in Daytripper world right now in my brain because we went to Elgin.
We did.
The sausage capital of Texas.
Yep.
And I think we both walked away being like more respect
absolutely.
for Elgin.
I have told you every time we traveled different barbecue places, if I try a sausage at some barbecue place in North Texas, to me it has to compare to Southside. And that's just me because I grew up going to Southside.
Yeah.
Many barbecue places, but I've always been like Southside sausage. They're hot guts. That's where it's at.
Yeah.
And there's also been a thing where it's like Southside or Myers. Which ones, who are you?
Right. Yeah.
Southside.
It divides families.
Myers side. And it does. Apparently it divides families.
Yeah.
I found out I've got family divided I didn't even know about.
It's funny. Like we were in Elgin and we walked in and Southside remembered your grandparents.
They did.
And then Myers remembered like what
great aunts and uncle.
Great aunts and uncle.
Yeah.
Like, you know how many barbecue people they've seen?
It's so crazy.
And they
so
remembered
crazy.
your family. They're like, oh yeah, Lewis used to come in and whatever.
And
right?
because at first I remember I was thinking like it was going to be oh yeah, I remember him. Yeah, great guy. It's like, no, then they're naming like, oh, and he had a brother, Gus.
Yeah.
You know, and they used to come in, nursing home down the road. And then talking about the, and when I went to Myers, they said, Lewis, I don't know, but the last name Misi, yeah. I remember the other family, and they're naming off people. And I'm just like, holy cow.
So evidently Daniel's family was divided, right? You had a Myers side and a Southside side, and they probably didn't talk to each other except at holidays.
I have,
it runs deep, Daniel. No, I'm just kidding.
There's a dividing line there.
But you know, those two barbecue joints are institutions in that town.
Yeah.
And we went to both of them, of course, so you guys will get to see sort of the family backstory of both of these. But what I walked away with was like, that's some of the best sausage on the planet.
Some of the best, absolutely. And not just, even though I had a bias for Southside, I will say in all honesty, Myers and Southside, when they're hot and fresh, I could take either or.
So this is what
so good
people need to know, and they'll see it on the show. But like, I'll probably be a little more honest on the podcast because we have more time. Like, they make a prepackaged product that you can buy in the grocery store. It's cold, it's smoked, it's already done. That doesn't even hold a candle to the raw beef sausage that they cook on site.
Yeah.
That's where it's at.
Mm-hmm.
So when you buy it at the store, it's good and it's very good, but it's not close, in my opinion, to
definitely
the raw sausage. It gets made like basically in the back room, and then it gets smoked on site, and then you eat it.
It'll never compare.
Yeah.
Nowhere else.
Like, it is so good.
Love it.
But I also think like I ingested more grease those 2 days than I have, I think, in my entire life.
Possibly.
Because these sausages are like sponges. We could have filled a bucket. Just pick up a ring of sausage, squeeze it. A bucket.
It's crazy. Like when you snap one and you just hold the two pieces, it's like opening a faucet. You just watch it just pour. It doesn't drip, it pours.
It pours.
So much grease.
I mean, I felt it running through my veins. Like my body needed a hardcore detox for the next couple days.
Anytime that I've had sausage, whenever I go to Elgin, wherever I go, I always feel in the moment like, oh, this is amazing. I'm eating like, I'm going to take 2 pounds of this and ingest it all.
Yeah.
You know, and I got my process. I got to have the right, that vinegar-based sauce that that's spicy. Yeah. I'll have a Big Red whenever I drink a Big Red. No, I'm not. I'm going to drink a soda, Coca-Cola product.
You can be honest. It's all right. Coca-Cola will heal.
Coca-Cola, I'm sorry. Drink Big Red whenever I go to Southside.
There's sometimes when like a Big Red hits.
Yes. But the next day, even if like later that day, I'm always like, I think I might need a nap. And I'll come back in a month or so. It's like I can't do that every day.
No,
but then again, if you don't eat it often, it's like you want so much of it.
It's so rich. Good. It's so rich. And what we learned is that they're like one of the few places that has this like vinegar on the table. It's like a spicy vinegar hot sauce.
Yeah.
It's like so thin though.
I mean, when we say vinegar, think Tabasco, but it's thinner than that.
Yeah.
It's not thinner like there's not as much of a, what is that? Like the tomato or the
No. Yeah, no, it's vinegar based.
It's vinegar based.
It's as liquid as water. Like so it's not thick. It doesn't pour like barbecue sauce. It'll be on the table.
Mm-hmm.
And they had to make the sausage less spicy. And so in order to make up for the lack of spice, they put the vinegar hot sauce on the table. And this is decades ago. And so that became like their thing. And so, there's this vinegar sauce. You get the sausage, white bread, pickles for me. I know that's not you. White bread, pickles, that sauce, the vinegar, the sausage. Whew.
Oh, I used to slice the sausage and make a taco, put it in the white bread, pour the sauce on it and eat it like a little sausage taco.
Dude, I want one right now.
So good. And it used to be bottles of, I think it was old soda bottles. It was something, and they would drill a hole in it whenever I was
Oh,
a
they
kid,
said whiskey bottles.
well, when I was a kid, I remember this though.
Okay.
They had a cap on it, like a screw cap or something, but the hole was there, and so you'd put your thumb over it, you'd shake it up, and then you would pour it. And when you shook it, you could see all the sediments like mixed together because it always falls, right?
Oh yeah, it
So,
separates
like,
on the table.
I'm getting so hungry
it's
right
so
now.
good. I want that so bad. I want it so bad. So we filmed Elgin. Let's see. We finished at the Copeland Dance Hall at that episode.
I'd
Y'all
never
are gonna
been.
like it.
That was great.
It was great. Saw Mark Chestnut,
We did.
who we got to interview.
And I don't want to miss a thing.
He was awesome. He had so many bangers that, like, you know, his catalog is deep. But he walked out of the tour bus when we interviewed him, and you could tell he was like visually annoyed. I thought, like, you know, it's like, I got drug out to come and do this, and, you know, whatever, don't want to do it. And then the second I told him I was from Southeast Texas, it was like,
he lit up.
He's like,
He's like, wait a second.
Hey,
You're not from California?
Yeah, I know,
like,
right?
He didn't say that, but I could hear his mind.
Yeah. He's not one of them TV folks from California.
We see a lot of people when we travel around Texas and we interview people. I can hear their mind thoughts, you know, like that's where they go, because they assume like you're in video production, you're a host, you know, all these people, where are y'all from? And then we start naming off, it's like Leander, Liberty Hill, Georgetown, Austin. And they're like, wait, what?
Huh?
Y'all live here? How long y'all live here though? And we were like, oh, we're like born in Texas. We all lived here.
Oh, yeah.
Well, let's sit down and talk.
The guards come down. That's very, very true.
I kind of get it.
I'm thankful for that. I really do think that it helps break down the walls, because, you know, I mean, how many interviews has Mark Chestnut done? He gets drug off his tour bus. You know, he's probably chilling in the middle of the afternoon, whatever, who knows. And then he's like, the label is going to make him do the song and dance, right? Dance monkey dance. You're famous. Just do the thing.
Sure.
And then he meets people. He's like, oh, these guys are actually okay. And then it became a thing.
Yep.
All right. So then the next episode, Palo Pinto, which we got back from not too long ago. Mary's Cafe in Strawn. That was your first time to have a Mary's Cafe.
That was so good.
So yeah,
I ate a 2-pound burger.
It was laughably big, like comically cartoon strip big, and
it was a 3-inch thick patty that was about 8 inches in diameter.
And I was like, "There's no way he's gonna finish this."
Yeah, well, I'm on keto, so I didn't eat the bread.
Yeah, you just kept hammering away, dude.
Like, I'll just eat a block of meat. It was like if you had 3 servings of meatloaf. You know, like it was multiple servings stacked of meatloaf. But the thing was, it had a great flavor, because whatever they do to the chicken fried steak, which we don't know the secret, they do the same thing. She even went, whenever I was in there and I'm trying to film the burger, she goes, all right, I got to do something you can't watch. I'm like, well, like, what do you mean watch? And she goes, move the camera. And, you know, she's like, kind of,
get out of here.
Fine, put the camera down. She wouldn't even let me see it off camera, though. She went and she got a rag and put it over some sort of jar, seasoning of something. I couldn't tell if it was even liquid or a actual grain seasoning. I don't know.
Oh, okay.
But she held it and she went like that and she hid what she did. And then I was on the other side, and then right after she did, she like flipped it over. So I was like, I don't have a clue what she put on that burger. I don't know, but it was good.
You know, Mary's is famous, and we filmed it season 2, and she wouldn't let us go in the kitchen.
Yeah.
Like, and then she didn't even do an interview.
Well, you had no clout back then at all.
Yeah, no one knew who we were.
But even now, she was like, yeah, I know who you are.
Okay.
You know, when we first got there, it was almost like, yeah, I guess you can come to the kitchen.
I guess. We had to like twist her arm. And she ran in before, and I saw her hide these little bottles. That I think it was a seasoning salt. I think. And then she hid them. And then we turned a corner, and she took out a big dish towel and threw it on top of something. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Like,
not want people to know.
Did not want people to know what it was. And she said she's had to get a lawyer involved when former employees have gone other places. And like, I don't know, sue them or just write them a nasty letter or whatever. Yeah. She like makes her employees sign NDAs. It's like, what? I just, nowadays, what could it possibly be? It's like a seasoning, salt, special blend. Like, we use paprika. Like, okay.
We use Cavender's.
I mean, maybe that's it. Know? Maybe it's like, it's Montreal steak seasoning.
Yeah.
Like, who knows? Want it to be.
I mean, it does create an allure.
Oh,
like
for sure.
There's something where you're like, I have to.
I know. Yeah.
It's like you can't, so you just got to go back.
Oh, but it's good. I mean, Mary's is so good.
What was crazy though that I've personally never seen was that they're not deep fried, but because there's no thick batter on their chicken fried steaks. But when they're in the back, and she didn't mind us showing this, they put the flour all over it, and then the guy just beats the crud out of the steak. It's getting the flour in the steak.
Right.
It's not just coated on the outside like most chicken frieds. It is just all up in it.
Pounded into the steak.
And that guy probably had Popeye forearms. Like he was just, they said all day.
All day.
Sit there all day.
Pound. One time he did it for 9 hours straight. It's like John Henry building the railroad.
He was not a young man.
No, he wasn't.
He was an older man, and that's his job.
Man. So that's going to be fun to actually tell the Mary story because we had to do it so basic and cursory last time. But also
the bigger thing, when we were there.
The new state park, Palo Pinto Mountain State Park, which is the reason we prioritized this episode because this thing, if it didn't open March 1st, it's opening very soon.
Yes.
And they've been delayed. It's been like decade in the making.
And years delayed.
Years delayed. And they let us get in there early because they've promised us that it will be open by May. They promised.
Did they say May?
Well, they said earlier than May, but they were like, May? Oh, of course. But they've been saying that for like 3 years. So anyway, we got in there early. It's a beautiful state park in the Palo Pinto, giant air quotes, mountains.
Mountains.
Freaking mountain.
Cuestas.
Yeah, we learned, not actually mountains, cuestas.
Cuestas,
which is
new
term for me.
I guess it's bigger than a hill, smaller than a mountain.
Something like that.
I mean, if you've seen the hill country, it's like hill country, but there are bigger hills than the hill country.
Yeah, but then
again,
of it.
I've been in some places where the hill country.
Yeah, the hill country. I mean, you go down to
Lakey
or Concan, or even like around Lake Traff, Spicewood area. I mean, there's some big hills.
Wimberley.
Yeah,
you first going to Wimberley and okay. So they're not even hills.
Nah, I don't know, but it's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
It's got a lake. You can go out there and hike and paddle. And I'm excited. It's the first new state park in Texas in decades.
Yeah,
so pretty cool.
A while.
Pretty cool.
Everybody's going to enjoy it.
Yeah, those are all coming out in May. So mark your calendars. All right. We're going to pause now for a sponsor acknowledgement of our good friends over at Don Hewlett Chevrolet Buick. All right, so it's no secret, Don Hewlett is my dealership, but they are also the premier dealership in Central Texas for anyone looking to buy a new Chevy or Buick or even pre-owned vehicle. They've got hundreds of them. So look, you can buy a vehicle in a lot of places. Some of these places are geared to where you don't even have to see a human at all, but at Don Hewlett, they want you to know there is tremendous value in going in, sitting down with someone there who understands your situation, and it's a real human you're going to talk to that will get you the absolute best deal because, trust me, this is something I've learned. They're not trying to squeeze every dollar out of you. They're trying to sell you a great vehicle at a great price because they don't want to just sell you this vehicle. They want to sell you the next 5 vehicles you're going to buy.
They want to sell your kids.
They want to sell your kids' vehicles.
And their kids.
And so they're not like trying to, squeeze every dollar out of you. They want to set up a relationship that you trust and you walk away being like, that was a good experience.
Yeah.
So DonHewlett.com, they've got some killer deals right now, like $10,000 off Chevy Silverados. And there's a whole bunch of other incentives. Go check it out. If you're in the market, do yourself a favor, all right? If you're thinking about buying a new car or truck or SUV, like Don Hewlett Chevrolet, if you don't consider them, you're only shooting yourself in the foot. So,
and that would hurt.
Go make it happen. Yeah. Something to avoid. All right. Let's jump ahead, Daniel. All right. Meanwhile, in Texas.
While you've been listening to this podcast, lots of stuff's been going on in the Lone Star State. This is Meanwhile in Texas.
This is when we bring y'all a crazy news story we found somewhere from the Lone Star State. You ready? You got yours?
I do.
Okay.
So
what you got?
Something recently I just found out, didn't know about this. we just set a Guinness World Record. And I say we loosely because it wasn't us.
I've never ever set one.
Up in Wichita Falls, the state of Texas, set one because there is a man, 95 years old. His name is Raymond Hager, and he is the oldest living bus driver.
He's still driving a bus.
He's still driving a bus at 95 years old.
What?
Wichita Falls, Texas.
Dude, I love it.
And I say bus, I'm talking about a school bus.
Yeah.
Yes.
No way.
95 years old. He started when he was 60 because he was looking for something else to do. He had been a crop duster for 30 plus years.
Oh,
and he's like, I don't know what to do anymore. You know?
Yeah.
I guess he was looking towards retirement. He was driving with his wife. And as they stopped at a stoplight, a bus drove up and his wife goes, well, why don't you do that? You can drive a bus. We always need bus drivers. I know every school district needs more bus drivers. That's a hard, we need more. So anyways, he was like, well, maybe I should look into that.
No kidding.
At 60, who knew that 35 years later, he'd still be doing it?
It's a whole career worth of bus driving.
Oh my gosh. And so he hits 95 and he thought, you know what, I'm going to finally retire. And he talked to the boss and the boss said, well, I don't remember ever telling you could retire. But like, what are you talking about? You're going to quit. You still got plenty of life in you.
Oh,
because
my
if
God,
you listen to his
it.
interview and him talking, he's just an old man that's happy about life and just doing his thing. And he's not, I know many people that are younger than that and they seem older. You know?
Oh, totally.
This guy has all his faculties and he is just doing his job.
It's probably the job that's keeping him alive, man.
It's crazy.
Giving him purpose. And
absolutely.
I knew this. I rode the bus as a kid. Like, your bus driver, you knew him by name. And they would, like, they welcome you. And it was like a familiar, comforting face. That's amazing. At 95.
Yeah.
There's so many people who lose their licenses in their 70s or before.
I've got family members that probably should have lost it a long time ago. Long before 95.
Yeah. Same. 95. I love
95. So his boss actually said, as long as you can keep driving at least once a week, then you need to keep your job. And he goes, well, I don't think I could do just one. I should probably just keep driving then.
Yeah.
Just gonna keep on driving.
I mean, as long as he's healthy, he's quick, which it sounds like he is.
I'm like, you got to take tests and stuff. It's like he's clearly capable of doing it.
I love that.
Guinness World Record right here in Texas, Wichita Falls.
Both of my in-laws were bus drivers that like they retired school teachers. And then they were like, well, we'll drive buses, because it's a kind of a way to stay involved. Mm-hmm. And they loved the kids. They got to know them by name, and they don't do it anymore, but it's only recently. And they're a long way away from 95. So
oh my goodness.
That's pretty cool. All right. So this is the story I found. Sometimes people say there's a new sheriff in town. Well, Daniel, we got a new Mr. Gatti in town.
What?
Mr. Gatti.
The pizza place?
The pizza place. We got a new boss who I think when you buy Mr. Gatti's, you become Mr. Gatti.
You are Mr. Gatti.
Isn't that right?
So you're saying a new guy owns Mr. Gatti's?
Yeah. Okay. So
like what happened here?
So this is something, and it has a personal attachment to us because our good friend, and I say good friend with air quotes as well, Mr. Brent Ryan, the billionaire and philanthropist. We got to meet Brent when we went out to Hotel Settles. So he is he's a boy from Big Spring, Texas, and he saw the old hotel in downtown Big Spring, and it was falling apart, and he thought, man, I've got the money. We're going to bring this back. So we partnered with the city, sunk millions of dollars into that thing. He's made billions, literally, as an accountant in the oil and gas industry. So evidently, he's now transitioning over and becoming the pizza man.
He bought Mr.
Gatti. So Brent Ryan, the Dallas billionaire and philanthropist, he fell in love with the brand after running a single location in Austin, South Park Meadows. He saw tremendous upside to the brand, saw that they could be run, a certain way more efficiently, and he said, I'm doing it. And he bought a majority stake in Mr. Gatti's.
Whoa.
So a lot of people don't know, Mr. Gatti's actually started in Stephenville, Texas as the pizza place. The founder sold that, moved to Austin in the 60s and started Mr. Gatti's, named after his wife's maiden name. She was Gatti, so he was Mr. Gatti, married to the Gatti. And anyway, Mr. Gatti's just blew up. It's got hundreds of locations all across the country. And now
around the country?
Yeah. All across at least
that.
the Southeast. And I don't know. I heard that. I was like, it's one of those brands you're like, surely tomorrow I'll hear Mr. Gatti's files for bankruptcy.
It's sad to hear, but if you grew up in Austin, you remember dial 459-2222 and get a Mr. Gatti's pizza delivered. And they
Real
have many
fresh.
more. Yeah.
Real hot.
Real taste is what we got.
Oh,
that was
man.
before area codes. It was 459-2222.
Yeah, what's the area code? I don't know.
I guess wherever you dialed, it all went to the same
place. Yep.
Golly. It felt growing up more local.
No, totally.
And it definitely had a specific kind of pizza. And I don't think they've changed drastically from what it used to be.
No.
It has. I could always tell you what a Mr. Gatti's, like if you gave me a blind test.
Oh, you think so?
100%.
Like, that's Gatti's.
That's Mr. Gatti's. And I don't think it's the best pizza.
Oh, yeah.
But I also don't think it's
anyone
the
would argue
worst.
that.
I don't think it's the worst. I do have a specific kind that I would have to get.
Which one? What is it?
Oh, I would want heavy cheese with sausage.
Okay.
And like it doesn't have a lot of tomato sauce on it.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't.
And it's not really foldable as much. It's a little
It's
stiff.
You're not really selling this, but yeah.
Anytime that I was at like a youth church thing growing up, that would be, it's like, oh, let's get like
Gatti's.
50 Gatti's pizzas, you know?
All the time.
That's always what it was. And so then it was like, well, how many did you eat? I ate 22. Because it's kind of, some of them, it's like one bite.
Totally.
Little slices.
Yep. Yeah. They had the buffet right next to UT's campus. So like if I felt like I had a little extra cash in my pocket, because it wasn't as cheap as Cece's.
Right.
But it's a little more expensive, but also a little better.
Yeah.
And we would go to the Gatti's buffet.
We had a Gatti's buffet in Pflugerville.
Oh, yeah?
And it was, so this is before Gattiland, Gatti Town, Gatti whatever. It was like you walked in and they had a little buffet and they had a small arcade. And it was like 6 arcade machines. That was it.
Yeah. Okay.
But that was where you would go after, a soccer game, pee-wee football, whatever.
Right.
Coach take you to Gatti's.
We're going to Gatti's.
Yep.
Yes. So I don't know why an oil and gas billionaire has put his, heart, soul, and hard-earned money into Mr. Gatti's Pizza, but I'm sure it's not just because he's nostalgic.
Well, I don't know, because it was nostalgia that made him want to buy that hotel.
I guess so.
He grew up,
Maybe.
he told us stories about how they'd go up there and kick bricks off the top when the thing was falling apart,
Right.
And it was just kind of like, this was something that he said they grew up as this iconic thing in the town, which it's the only thing you can see for I don't know how many miles.
Oh, yeah.
And he was like, it would be just horrible to watch the thing fall apart. And he did that thinking, I'm not going to make all this money back.
You think Gatti's is the same way?
I think Gatti's could be a little bit of the same way. Nostalgia.
Okay, this is a billionaire. He could eat at Michelin restaurants every evening. And I love the idea of him just sitting around in his boxers eating Gatti's pizza. And
22 slices.
Gatti's will never die. I will save it.
I mean, if you're a billionaire, look at Elon Musk. Does he
true.
do everything like, he's like, I've got tons of money, so I'm going to spend it wisely. No, he's like, we're going to Mars, man.
That's right.
I'm going to put robots on another planet. Like, he's excited to get a photo of, a skyline of Mars with his little robots walking around. He talks about it all the time. So like,
to be a billionaire.
To be a billionaire.
To be a
It's
billionaire.
like you buy toys, you buy the things you want.
like pizza chains.
But honestly, I think he probably could turn it around and do something pretty crazy with it.
Well, I think, like as food gets more expensive and we're seeing like consumer spending pulling back, like a cheap thing like pizza, maybe that is where you could make tons of money because, in hard times, people buy cheap food.
Yeah.
But they still want to go out and have an experience. Maybe Mr. Gatti's, he sees something we don't.
Maybe so.
Like the future of cheap pizza.
Hey, I'm there for it.
Why not?
Let's go.
I want some Gatti's now. Throw some Southside sausage on it. It would be good.
That would take it to the next level.
All right, guys. So let's jump ahead. This month in Texas history. So a bit of a sad one here, Daniel, but have you ever wondered why natural gas smells as bad as it does? You know, like if you were to turn on your gas stove,
well,
before it lights,
they add the smell, right?
They add the smell
so that you know there's a leak.
Yep, that's right. But it all goes back to a tragic story that happened in Texas.
I didn't know that
was the reason they added the sulfurous smell to natural gas. So there was a very tragic incident that happened at the New London School in New London, Texas, March 18th, 1937. An entire school exploded, killing almost 300 students and teachers in the 1930s. Yeah. So to give you all the background, New London sits about 25 miles east of Tyler, Texas. And in the 1930s, they were flush with money because of the local oil boom. So they built a brand new school, but instead of boilers and hot water heating it up, they installed gas heaters throughout the entire building. Now, to fuel them, what they did was they tapped into a local oil company's waistline carrying natural gas to be burned off. Back in those days, natural gas didn't have any value, so companies wanted the oil, the natural gas just went away, and it was common, evidently, to just tap into the line, pull the natural gas you needed off. The oil company didn't care because they were just going to burn it off anyway. And so they tapped into this line as it ran by the school, underneath the school. And now natural gas is naturally odorless and colorless, so nobody noticed when the tap line was leaking and the entire crawl space underneath the entire school had filled up with this highly explosive gas. Students have been complaining of headaches, but nobody really traced it back to the gas leak to wonder why people are, having headaches. So this was, without a doubt, a powder keg waiting to explode. And in the middle of the afternoon, on March 18th, a teacher turned on an electric sander and started a chain reaction. Reports say the entire walls, people who actually witnessed this, the whole walls of the school bulged out. The roof shot up and then came crashing back down, destroying essentially the entire main structure. We don't know how big the blast was, but at least 2-ton block of concrete got blasted 200 feet away, and it landed on a Chevy and totally crushed it. The reports are kind of eerie. They say that it was almost as if sound no longer existed. Like people started rushing into like a silent vacuum. And it was almost like the sound in the area all of a sudden rushed back all at once as the whole community, local communities, all rushed in to help dig kids and teachers out of this rubble.
I mean,
it's horrible.
Anybody survive that?
Yeah, there were some that survived. Not everybody died. So there were probably over 500 people, they believe, in the school that day, and about 300 of them passed away. But the numbers are kind of unknown because there were a lot of kids who, just evaporated. I mean, this was such a violent explosion.
Massive.
Kids had to get identified by little pieces of shoes or string that they were carrying. Tyler, all the local communities, morgues filled up everywhere. Oil workers rushed in with cutting torches trying to save and rescue kids. This is kind of scary. So Walter Cronkite, the famous newsman, covered it. And years later in his memoirs, in the 2000s, he said, "I did nothing in my studies nor in my life to prepare me for the story of the magnitude of that New London tragedy, nor has any story since that awful day equaled it." This is a man who covered World War II, Vietnam, and so that just tells you how horrible it was. But within weeks, the Railroad Commission had adopted a new rule requiring thiol added to natural gas to give it an odorous smell so that something like this would never happen again.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy?
Right here in Texas. Yeah. That's the reason why.
Yep. Horrible tragedy, the New London explosion. There is a small museum in New London, Texas, but the school was essentially dissolved and merged with some other ones, changed their name because of the reputation of how horrible it was. People just wanted to forget it and move on. Isn't that awful?
That's horrible.
So a bit of a downer, but an important story in Texas history. And one that, I'm sure the odorous smell has saved countless lives since.
Oh, absolutely.
You know, like, what's that smell? We've walked into our office before here in downtown Georgetown, been like, what's that smell? Don't go in. Don't turn the light on. You know, we're smart now. Like, I
feel like I told you that for like years. You're like, nope, that's just the smell of the building.
I mean, sometimes
and then we did realize, it's like, no, this building, it was the old one. The
Yeah,
old
the
building.
old-
It's
the
like,
old
no,
one
it
did.
just always smells.
But there was a couple days I walked in and like, don't go in, run
Yeah,
away.
nope.
And then called
We'd
the
have a guy come
neighbors,
out,
and
yeah.
the neighbors were like, yeah, same thing. So it happens. It happens.
oh, man.
Anyway, that's your month in Texas history. Okay, jumping ahead to something a little brighter, the Texas Music Minute. So, Daniel, do you speak Spanish?
We.
Oh no!
Just kidding.
Oh no! Yeah, neither do
no,
I.
just a
I know
little
you
bit,
don't
just a
speak
little
Spanish. But you know, sometimes music is so good you don't need to know the language, right?
I like Bad Bunny,
Like
for the Super
Bad
Bowl.
Bunny in the Super Bowl got me running down this path. Look, we don't need to go too far down it, but we both like Bad Bunny was awesome.
I thought that I was waiting for it to be so much worse than it was. Yeah, we don't need to go down this rabbit hole.
no.
But I will say, like, I thought it was okay. I thought it was good.
I appreciated his perspective on culture. He was bringing kind of like, hey, this is who I am.
Mm-hmm.
And the music, of course, it's not my absolute favorite, but you don't need to know the words necessarily to dance along. So I found a up-and-coming Spanish-speaking cumbia artist. She's very young. She's like 24. She grew up in San Antonio. And so let me introduce you to Vanita Leo. Her aunt and her father were performers in the Tejano explosion of the 90s. Her aunt actually performed with Selena.
Ooh.
And I think when you hear this, you're going to definitely be brought back to listening to Selena. But she's got a little bit of a modern take on cumbia. Her bio was like, she always kind of wanted to rebel against the music her family made. But when she ultimately came down to making music, she's like, this is who I am. And so I really like this song. It's definitely Selena vibes, but I think you don't, regardless of whether or not you understand the lyrics, this is a jam. So I give you La Cumbia Huepa by Benito Leo. I like it. I think it's a jam.
Her voice is so delicate.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, it is.
I do like it. I kept thinking like Bad Bunny is gonna come in. Oi, oi,
Oi, that's
oi.
what I'm oi.
I can hear like a little rap breakdown in there somewhere.
Totally.
That was awesome.
It's good.
I like
It's
it.
good music. We've been on Country World for so long. I thought I'd bring a little something different.
I'm glad you did. I like switching it up sometimes.
And that's a song like I think my girls would jam to that. And I remember growing up, my sister jamming Selena all the time. And a lot of the song, I mean, she knew like Dreaming of You Tonight and all that, but like there's so many other songs. Like she didn't know what it was saying, but it was Selena. It was easy to jam along with it.
Mm-hmm.
So same kind of thing. All right, guys. So let's jump ahead. Questions from the back seat.
Are we there yet? Hey, can you pass me the snacks? When are we gonna stop? I gotta go.
Okay. This one comes from a gal named Deborah Cole. And I'm trying to figure out exactly how to answer it, but it says, Please remind us of other places we can be, quote, rattlesnake bit besides just sitting in wildflower pictures. She's asking all the ways you can get bit by a rattlesnake. And I'm like, okay, so the wildflowers are about to come up, and we all know, be careful when you sit in the bluebonnets because there could be a rattlesnake there.
Yes.
Even though I have never in my life have known anyone who got bit by a rattlesnake sitting in bluebonnets.
No, but I mean, they're there.
Have you ever even seen one though?
I think that the mentality on that whole thing is like, y'all city folk, you don't normally come out into fields. There's little things in the fields.
There are,
so be careful. You know,
right.
Not to mention it's private property half the time, so maybe don't go on other people's property.
Okay, fair.
Like, they're probably thinking, you get by a snake. That's not my fault.
That's
You're
on
my
you.
property. I
Yeah.
might actually sue you because you came on my property and got bit by a snake.
Yeah, he got bit by a rattlesnake. Sued.
Like, the ways that you could get bit.
I mean, how
I feel
about like
Bubba Gump in Forrest Gump? Whatever.
Yeah,
He's like,
right.
you're gonna have shrimp like this and this. Like you could get bit right here.
picking up a
Here,
rock, looking
here.
under a rock, looking around a rock, walking
Your
on
finger
a rock.
when you touch the rock. Your foot when you stepped on the rock. I don't know what else to say. Like you could get bit by a rattlesnake anywhere at any time.
Anytime. How about this? Just don't pick up rocks without looking underneath them.
Yeah.
And don't like walk barefoot through your garage or through the backyard at certain times of year.
I mean,
There are times when rattlesnakes are moving more.
my kids are in Liberty Hill School
Yeah.
District. We've had rattlesnakes on playgrounds. So we've actually, it didn't happen often, but like teachers are smart enough to know like, hey, if there's a rattlesnake, report it, let people know and somebody will come and get it and take it out somewhere else.
Yeah. Take it out.
But probably, or take it out to one of those guys' farms. And
Yeah,
let him
right.
deal with it.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it's like, it's the way of life when you're more in the country.
True.
They're snakes.
They're snakes. Be snake aware.
Be snake aware. They're not all poisonous.
There's not like a finite list
Venomous.
of places that you can get bit and die. So anyway, but do look down before you sit down in the blue It's probably a good idea.
Probably.
Okay, so this came up, and this question kind of, I guess it surprised me because I grew up eating these, and here it is. It says, this comes from Casey Harridge. Are these puffy things only in Houston? And she sent a picture of a queso puff, which I grew up, they were on Tex-Mex combo platters every now and then.
Yes.
You would get like a puffed tortilla, or like it was almost like a sopapilla, but a different shell. It would be puffed up. It'd be deep fried, puffed up, and then the whole thing would be covered in queso. So it would be like this little globe of queso.
Yes.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about.
Did you? Okay, so I did some research on where the queso puff came about, and evidently it all goes back to a restaurant in Houston called Los Tios, which is a multi-location restaurant chain throughout Houston. But I don't think I've ever eaten at Los Tios.
No. The first time I remember having one was at El Matador in Round Rock, Texas.
Okay, so they
again,
do in Austin.
You order a combo. Most of especially the older Mexican food places, it's like, I want combo platter number 21.
Yeah.
And it's like, it comes with 3 enchiladas of your choice. You could have chicken, beef, or whatever, or cheese.
Yeah.
It comes with a little puff.
Taco,
it
a
comes
tamale,
with a taco,
a thing.
tamale. Yeah, and it sounds ridiculous because the list is so long.
Yeah.
But you also know I'm probably gonna eat it all.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna make some poor decisions.
Yep. Oh,
And
totally.
it's all covered
Totally.
in queso. But
Yeah.
like, you wouldn't get that by itself. It's almost like you go get fried catfish. You have hush puppies.
Yeah, it comes on the side.
It's like a little thing.
Yeah, it's right next to the little
It's a thing.
guacamole salad over there, hanging out on the other plate.
Yeah, exactly.
But evidently it's a Houston thing. So
Houston thing.
I hadn't seen these in a long time in Austin. And so if anybody knows where I can find a queso puff in the Austin area, let me know. El Matador?
Well, they closed.
Oh, see? Rest in peace.
Yeah.
So this lady asked, are they outside of Houston? And I think they used to be. But like, I grew up in Southeast Texas. That's close enough to Houston. We kind of had the same influences. So, guys, this is a call to all the Tex-Mex restaurants. Bring back the queso puff.
Bring it back.
Or go look at what it is and bring it to us on the menu. They're delicious.
think it's just a piece of dough that's deep fried.
It is.
Yeah, or tortilla dough,
So
right?
Los Tios evidently went to San Antonio. They've been open like since the 60s. Went to San Antonio, fell in love with puffy tacos. We're like, let's do our own variation.
Yeah.
And it's a puff masa ball, kind of.
Yeah.
But it's more like a corn tortilla. It's
Wait,
it's
you talking about the taco?
Yeah. Well, no,
puff taco,
not the puffy taco.
Okay.
The puffy puff.
The
queso
puffy
puff.
There's not a lot to it, is all I'm saying.
No, I mean, you crack the side and it's all hollow.
Yeah, there's nothing in it.
But it's delicious.
It's another way to get the queso in your mouth. That's how I look at it.
That's truthfully all it is. Oh, man.
It's served with a basket of chips. I mean, which one do you want?
You're right.
It's like either way, I just get the queso in my mouth.
That's all it is. Get it into my bloodstream now. Okay, this question, another food one, came from Michelle Wright Shanks. Where's the best place for gluten-free desserts? And Michelle, I would usually have no idea, except for the fact that we have a Nana now who brings us gluten-free desserts. That if I didn't know they were not, that they were gluten-free, I wouldn't know. They're so good.
Yeah.
She brings chocolate cakes, cookies, bourbon bomb things, and it's called, I'll give her a shout out, Nana's Cookies and More.
Nana's Cookies
She goes
and
to
More.
farmers markets all over the Central Texas area.
She's in Georgetown.
She is.
Like quite a
But
bit.
goes to Hutto, goes to market days. She's all over the place. So if you're gluten-free, hunt down Nana's Cookies and More. I would not order something on a menu that said gluten-free and be like, it's just... Usually you make sacrifices to make it gluten-free in terms of flavor, but this is not that at all.
Nope.
All right, fan rants and musings.
Hey, Daytripper, I got a bone to pick with you. Oh my goodness, it's the Daytripper. We love your show.
Okay, this comes from Stephanie Smith. Says, I love your show. I've watched it from day one. I recently saw a show on Mejia, which was great. So Mejia, for those that don't know, is spelled Mexia, but you pronounce it Mejia. Mejia. And she says, one thing that wasn't mentioned, and you know what this probably is, was the famous person from there, Anna Nicole Smith.
Yes.
Yeah, we talked
know.
about it a long time.
I tell you what, just think through the process of how you want to explain who she is, and you decide how you would put that on
In the
PBS.
show. That's we talked about it.
We went to Gus's Chicken.
Yes.
Where she wasn't it Gus's Chicken?
I think that's right. Yeah.
And because she worked there, we filmed a little bit with you.
Jim's Crispy Chicken.
Oh, sorry, not Gus. Jim's. Yeah. So we went to Jim's Crispy Chicken, got some chicken, went outside, had you sitting on the tailgate eating chicken, talking about her, and we eventually just cut the whole thing because we were like, I don't know how to do this.
Yes.
We have someone on the crew, Luke, who is 28. Like, he has no clue, didn't live, wasn't the right age to know like who she was. And I'm even trying to explain to him. And I'm like, there's no good way to say it.
And we went into the gyms and I was like, hey, didn't Anna Nicole Smith work here? And the 20-somethings behind the counter were like, who's that?
Who's that?
I was like, oh gosh, she's not culturally relevant anymore. No. And then also I was like, she was a famous playmate. And then, Mom, what's a playmate? What is this? I'm like, let's just keep that Pandora's box closed. But this was a pretty funny story, which is why I'm bringing it up. So the story that this lady had heard of how she was discovered is she was working at a Dairy Queen. A person walked in and said, hey, how do you pronounce this place? And rather than try to explain the Mejia, she responded slowly, Dairy Queen. Oh, no.
Oh, my gosh.
So that is, she's a fascinating character there, that Anna Nicole Smith.
She made a lot of news because then she married a billionaire who died, and then money was up in the air. What's going to happen?
Upper 80s, and she married him for love, though, Daniel.
Well,
for love.
She may have. I don't know what the kids thought.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah.
So anyway, there's a lot of interesting people from that part of Texas, and we if you're interested, go look it up yourself.
Yes.
And you're gonna have some fun with that one. All right. So this is comes from Christopher Gomez. He's disappointed, But he says, I live in Houston, but even I was disappointed when y'all went to Dallas and didn't show nothing about the Dallas Cowboys. There's a bunch of fans around Texas.
Really?
Yeah, I know.
Wait.
Christopher
the Cowboys
Gomez
are from Dallas?
What? Well, here's the thing. Like, I love the Dallas Cowboys. There's nothing about the Dallas Cowboys in Dallas anymore. Nothing.
Not anymore.
Nothing. Like, there's not a museum. There's not, like, you could go look at the Cotton Bowl where they played, but the Dallas Cowboys ain't from Dallas no more, which is sad to say.
Yep.
We're at
Jerry World.
They play in Arlington. Yeah, Jerry World is in Arlington. That's their big stadium, AT&T Stadium. Then you got their practice field in Frisco. Mm-hmm. The old place where they tore down the last stadium was in Irving. And so, anyway, there's a reason we didn't mention the Dallas Cowboys in Dallas. Seems like they're not from Dallas anymore. No.
Plus, you can't do everything in Dallas in one day.
No, yeah.
One day trip. I mean, so even if we talked about them,
I don't even know how we would do it. I'm sure there's a Dallas History Museum or something, maybe.
They're mentioned somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere.
I mean, we're going to make many more trips to Dallas. I can guarantee that.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. Okay, so here we go. This one came from a by way of Texas Co-op Power, which I write every month. So it got passed along to me, and I thought, man, what a time. It says, pass this on to Chet about Floor's Country Store, which is a famous music venue in Helotes, Texas. It was 1974. I was a young lieutenant in San Antonio, and a friend suggested we go to John T. Floor's Country Store because some guy named Willie Nelson was playing. The layout was cool, indoor-outdoor theater, friendly people, but most memorable was the fact that for 3 hours, Willie and his band never left the stage. When the band would take just a short break, they'd just stand up there and pass around a whiskey bottle.
Oh my gosh.
I've been a Floor's Willie and Floor's fan for over 50 years now. Classic Texas stop, Joe Crimeborg. So I was like, cool. Man, people don't play like that anymore.
No.
3-hour jam sessions, just pass around a whiskey bottle.
That's one of the reasons why Trigger has a second sound hole in it.
That's exactly right.
Gosh.
3 hours of banging on that guy. But I thought, man, to have a time machine to go back to the 70s and listen to Willie, that'd be a good time.
That would be cool.
That'd be a good time. All right, guys. Hey, thanks for writing in. Podcast at thedaytripper.com, contact at thedaytripper.com, or leave a comment on this video on YouTube or send us an email. However you want to do it, get your questions in. We love them, and you may be on a future episode of Talkin' Texas. All right, so that wraps it up. Thank you to our sponsor, Don Hewlett Chevrolet. Thank you to Alex Fort over there producing this sucker. Remember, like, comment, subscribe, do all the things that help our podcast grow. And Daniel, take it away.
Peace.
And vaya con Dios, amigos.